and welcome back to another video. Will here, Orlando-based flight attendant. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. Today is Saturday and we are going back to work. We start a 2-day trip this afternoon with a 3:16 report time, or 3:17, and we are doing 3 flights. We go from Orlando to Nashville, back to Orlando, and then we end the night in Raleigh-Durham. And then tomorrow we only do 2 flights, which is Raleigh-Durham, San Juan, Orlando. You may be wondering, you've done a lot of Raleigh-Durhams this month, Will. Well, the truth is that it is a somewhat productive 2-day trip with a late report, and we're not back super late on the second day. So I've been able to swap into these trips that are giving me more hours. After my Punta Cana overnight, I remember telling you guys that I had something on my schedule that was coded as AVA. So the airline could have called me to work, however, they did release me. I did not have to work on Thursday or Friday, and here we are, it's Saturday now. I need to figure out what I'm going to meal prep. I feel like I've ran out of options because I've done everything from your typical, rice and vegetables and chicken and pastas and salads and sandwiches and wraps and burritos, and so it's kind of challenging to figure out what to bring. Looking at the flights that I have, I only need a dinner for tonight and then a lunch and dinner for tomorrow, so I don't really need to pack a lot of food, but we're going to figure something out so that we can bring some food for this 2-day trip. I do go on an international trip after this trip, so I am very excited. So definitely looking forward for this trip to be over, even though it hasn't started, so that I can go on my next international trip, which is kind of crazy because I of course plan to go to London this month. I didn't plan to get stuck in Dominican Republic, and now I'm going to another country in a few days. So I am very excited for that. It's kind of fun to be able to have the flexibility to accommodate all that travel on top of my work schedule. But without further ado, let's get this 2-day trip started, guys. Made it to the aircraft and just finished doing all of my security checks. We are going to be flying for 1 hour and 38 minutes and then coming back. Air traffic control slowing down inbound flights in Orlando. We'll see if that stays like that or if it changes. There is a risk of pilots timing out in Nashville, so we'll see what happens. But let's get this 2-day trip officially started. Hi guys, just made it here to little Raleigh-Durham. I feel like I live here. Do you guys remember when I used to be Chicago based, that I was in Denver and Vegas all the time? I feel like Raleigh-Durham is my new Vegas. Oh, there's so much lighting here. Today was crazy. Let's make sure we're closing this thing here. It's also hot in here. So what's up with that? 75 degrees? Are you crazy? Are you crazy right now? 64 degrees, fan high. Today was like one of those days that I was like, not mad about it, but also I can't wait for this day to be done. Also, in my previous vlog, I told you guys that I was looking for a book that someone recommended. It was called The Midnight Library, and I found the book. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I always would read self-help books, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read about anxiety and how to create habits and all these things, but I was like, you know what, I think I need to read something different. And so I'm reading The Midnight Library, and I cannot put that book down. I cannot. Essentially, like, this girl, her name's Nora, and things don't go well in life or whatever, and she's like, that's it, I'm gonna end my life. But then she finds herself in the Midnight Library, which, like, she's not alive, but she's also not dead. She's kind of like in between life and death kind of thing. And then this library is just like all these different lives that she could have lived based on her choices. And so now she somewhat gets to experience all these other lives. So yeah, so it's kind of cool. I did not show you what I meal prep, so I'll show you as soon as I'm putting my stuff on the fridge. And it's super late, but I really want to eat because I'm so hungry. Last time I ate was at like 1 p.m. so I have not eaten anything in 12 hours. Instead of ordering something, I'm just gonna actually eat my food, and if I really want to buy something, then I'll just buy it tomorrow instead of actually buying and keeping the food that I have here. But I'll show you my food in just a moment. Let's get all settled. This room is still super hot. I don't understand why. That's pretty much about today. Did I miss something? The flights were okay, somewhat full. People were okay. I just wish, again, people understood that weather gets in the way for every single airline. Operations, air traffic control is a real thing. Sometimes they're the ones delaying everything. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Over here we have ground turkey. I have a whole container of ground turkey. Granola, because tomorrow morning I'm gonna get a couple yogurts at the free breakfast that we get here, so I'll eat those as snack tomorrow with some granola. 2 tortillas, and with these I'm going to use some of the ground turkey, and then some shredded cheese to go along with the tortillas and the meat. I have 1 LaCroix. And then I have some pasta, which I think I'm going to throw some ground turkey on it, just mix it all up. So not a lot for this trip actually. And then tomorrow I'll just get breakfast here because we do have free breakfast. I should have taken those ice packs to the fridge downstairs, but that's okay. Just put my little guy over there, and then good night. Good morning, friends. Welcome to day 2 of 2. Just got out of the shower. It's 11:30 in the morning. I slept so good last night. Missed breakfast, but that's okay because I needed the rest. And now I have about 2 hours before I need to be downstairs for my van, which is at 1:30, and my report time is at 1:54. We're super close to the airport, so it'd probably take us just like 10 minutes before we get there. Today we're just doing, and I might have told you already, but just to kind of like recap, we do Raleigh, Durham, San Juan, and then to Orlando. Our plane is on time. It's actually coming from San Juan, and it's a 321 Neo. It's oversold. What's new? Summer travel. When are you ending? Nothing super crazy on this layover, because even though I've been to Raleigh, Durham a lot of times, it's just been super short overnight, so I haven't had the time to do much. But last time I was here, somebody told me that there's a very nice trail around the area, so I would have liked to explore that, but I really don't have the time. And this is the book that I was talking to you guys about last night, The Midnight Library. I am running through this book because it is so good. If you've read it, comment below. I would like to know, what do you think about the book? Did you like it? Have you read books from this author before? Do you recommend other books? Anyway guys, I will check in with you in a little bit. All set and ready to go back to base. Let's do this thing, guys. We are flying on a brand new A321 Neo. We are waiting because apparently there is a ground stop in Orlando. So we don't know how that's going to affect our flight. We're supposed to go to San Juan first, then we go to Orlando. I did see a lot of crew members out there that are actually a little delayed. Oh, the captain just got on board. They're a little delayed because of the same reason. So we'll see when we start boarding. We're supposed to depart at 2:44, but at this point we don't know. So hopefully now that the captain's on board, he's gonna let us know what is going to happen. All of us completed our pre-flights. We're good to go. We're just really waiting for them to give us an okay to board, and then we'll be on our way to San Juan. I don't know the flight time yet, but I do know that we have like only 160 passengers, so definitely a lot of open seats on this flight going to San Juan, but I'll let you guys know when we get there. To San Juan, and our flight time here was 3 hours and 8 minutes. Now we are going to Orlando. I don't know our flight time yet. We have a full boat, so we'll see how this flight goes, but one more and we'll be done. Good morning and welcome to the next day after my 2-day trip. Today I have a LaGuardia turn. I wanted to get to a certain amount of hours, and so after last week I ended up with way more hours. So had I known that that's how this month was gonna go, I wouldn't have picked up this turn, but I already had it on my schedule and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go work it and that'll be all. I do have to get ready. I do have my turn back ready for that, but I have to iron my shirt, make sure my uniform is looking clean and not wrinkled. Something about me that you guys probably don't know is that I cannot stand a wrinkled shirt or short or pant or uniform or anything. That's why I travel with a steamer, because I kid you not, I can't do it. Can't see it. Like every time I see someone that's walking around with a shirt that looks like they just took out of a freaking bottle, I'm like, really? You didn't notice? Like, come on. A few things that I have to do before I go do this turn. I actually have to pack for my international trip that starts tomorrow, very early in the morning. I'm going to Mexico, and I am flying into Cancun, but I am not staying in Cancun. And there's gonna be a lot of different things that I'm going to do. I'm actually going for 8 days. My best friend is actually going with his family, and I'm just crashing their trip. Think of me like a wedding crasher, but like a trip crasher. Like I'm crashing their trip. I am flying on my benefits, but we get an option of booking a confirmed seat with a discount. So I went ahead and did that because when I looked at taxes and, you know, because we have to pay international taxes and all of that, I was probably better off just buying a ticket with my discount. So I went ahead and did that, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I have to check in for that. And good thing is that I don't have to wait for a seat. I'll get a seat assignment as soon as I check in, which is great because sometimes flying standby, it's great, but it's not. It's not until you clear the standby list. That's what I got going on for today. So I'm going to let you guys go because I really have a lot, and this video will probably extend another 15 minutes if I take you with me. But if you enjoy coming to this regular 2-day trip, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to see you next week for my adventures in Mexico.